My name is Lena. I am 24 years old. But my story did not start here. It started 3 years ago in a small, quiet town where everything felt safe but limited. My family was simple. My father worked hard, and my mother stayed at home. We did not have much money, but we had food, a roof, and a quiet life. It was not perfect, but it was peaceful. I was the only daughter, and from a young age, I had big dreams. I wanted to study, learn English, and build a different life. I believed there was more waiting for me outside that small town. But my father did not believe in my dreams. He often said that dreams do not change reality. He wanted me to stay home and live a simple life. His words hurt me deeply. I tried to explain my dreams to him. I told him I wanted to grow and learn. But he refused to listen. He believed my place was at home, not in the world. Even then, I did not give up. Every night, when everyone was asleep, I studied quietly. I opened my books, watched videos, and practiced English again and again. Some nights were very difficult. I felt tired and weak. Sometimes I wanted to stop. But something inside me kept pushing me forward. Then one day, everything changed. My father lost his job. Suddenly, our home was full of stress and tension. Arguments became part of our daily life. My father became angry. Small things made him upset. The house no longer felt safe or calm. I stayed quiet and tried to avoid conflict. One evening, he called me to sit with him. His face was serious. I felt nervous before he even spoke. "You are getting married," he said. His words hit me like a shock. I could not believe what I was hearing. "I don't want to marry," I said softly. My voice was shaking. But he did not listen to me. "You don't have a choice," he replied firmly. That night, I felt trapped. My dreams felt like they were disappearing. I could not sleep that night. My mind was full of fear and questions. Was this really my future? A life without dreams? I looked at my books and my notes. Everything I worked for was right in front of me. I knew I had to choose. That night, I made the hardest decision of my life. I packed a small bag with clothes, some money, and my books. I looked at my home one last time. Tears filled my eyes, but I did not stop. I walked out into the unknown. The city was big and overwhelming. People moved quickly, and no one noticed me. I felt small, lost, and completely alone. The first night, I slept at a bus station. The ground was hard, and the air was cold. I held my bag tightly, afraid of everything around me. But I stayed. Going back was not an option anymore. I had chosen this path. The next day, I started looking for a job. I walked from one place to another, asking for work. Everywhere I went, people asked the same question. "Do you have experience?" And my answer was always no. They shook their heads and said sorry. I heard rejection again and again. It was painful, but I kept going. Days passed, and my situation became harder. I had less money and less energy. But I still had my dream. One afternoon, I saw a small cafe. It looked simple but warm. I decided to try one more time. I walked in and asked the owner for a job. He looked at me carefully and asked why he should hire me. I took a deep breath and said I would work hard. I told him I just needed one chance. He stayed silent for a moment, then nodded. That simple yes changed my life. The work was difficult. I worked long hours, standing all day, cleaning and serving customers. Sometimes people were rude. Sometimes I made mistakes, but I did not complain. I was grateful for the opportunity. At night, I continued studying. Even when I was tired, I did not stop. I kept believing in my future. Weeks turned into months. Slowly, I became stronger. Not just physically, but mentally too. One day, a woman came into the cafe. She watched me carefully and noticed my English. She introduced herself as Sarah, a teacher. We started talking, and she listened to my story. She told me something I had never heard before. She said I had potential. Those words changed everything for me. She offered to help me. She gave me books, guidance, and time. For the first time, someone truly believed in me. I worked harder than ever before. I studied every day with full focus. I refused to give up. Eventually, I took an exam. I was nervous and afraid. But when I saw the result, I could not believe it. I passed. Tears filled my eyes. All the pain and struggle finally meant something. Then one day, I received a message from my father. My hands were shaking as I read it. "I am sorry," he wrote. He admitted he was wrong and said I was stronger than he thought. I cried, but this time it was not from pain. It was from healing. I finally felt understood. Years later, my life is very different. I became a teacher, just like Sarah. Now I help others learn and follow their dreams. I see myself in my students. Sometimes I remember that night in the rain. The fear, the pain, and the moment I almost gave up. But I didn't give up. And that made all the difference. Life will test you. People may doubt you. You may feel alone at times. But never give up. Because one decision can change your life. And sometimes, the hardest path leads to the strongest version of you. On my channel, you will find emotional storytelling in simple English, perfect for A1, A2 learners. Step-by-step listening practice to improve comprehension. Vocabulary tips and easy-to-understand moral lessons. Stories that teach life lessons while helping you practice English. Click, listen, and learn with me. Every story is an opportunity to improve your English and experience the world through someone else's eyes. Don't forget to subscribe and join our growing community of learners who love stories and English just as much as you do. Join now and let's learn all about English together.